Okay, so we're live. Welcome back to the reveals and confessions and admissions. I ran out of battery. I'd actually recorded part two, the beginning of it. So, where we'd gotten up to was the reveal that the friend, acquaintance who forced us off on me was Lucy Tsitsi Chirengwa. And she had done the whole the witch who bewitched Snow White with an apple thing on me. I think she's done it quite a few times. Last year she sent me £100, and then almost around Christmas, I heard she'd been talking about me and how she did a ritual with that money on me, and she was traveling in Africa. And then she might be pretending to be homeless. So at the moment, it's like she befriended me to follow me around and snatch things from my destiny. But so actually, the part that she really, really scarred me was when she introduced my boyfriend. Let me not call him my boyfriend, but my partner, who I was with at the time. She introduced him to somebody else, and they got married. And then I found out from that girl's, Limveremo's ex-lover. Oh, sorry. Apparently they never stopped. I don't know what's going on now, but I think she's in a settled relationship with somebody else. So these are just reveals that are coming from the terrorist who hacks their calls and helps them disclose things while he's confessing his own radicalist participation in coming against me and trying to make sure that I never meet Calvin, who I was with. So I would like to thank Proas for revealing the marriage thing. Totally cut deep. I couldn't even cry. I was so hurt. So roll into 2025. Subir continues to hack his associates. So the whole web thing, I thought it was actually Lynette who just put them up to occupying that flat next door. Now I'm not really sure if it's just her, because Lucy is charading as Lynn in those conversations. So whether she's just impersonating her and defaming her, I don't know. It will be up to her to clear her name if she's really not involved. But I'm just going with the confessions of the radicalist, because this radicalist guy totally threatens my life. So I have to stand up to him, because he's not like confessing that. Well, so far this week, it's a Monday today, Monday the 13th. Goodness, it's not Friday the 13th. So far this week, he hasn't approached me with stupid threats of marrying me to cover up his criminal activity. Hopefully that doesn't come up at all from now on. I mean, I had to apologize to the elders who come to that flat, who encourage him to propose when he's tired of playing games with my life. While swinging the women who stay and those who visit the flat. Spreading sexual health diseases, and he thinks I should stand by him and make him an honorable man, while he's shaming those women who want to marry him. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm gonna look at how you handle yourself, but he's totally not a candidate. So no, Zubir, no. totally a subject of that Lucy Chirengo girl. So that's where it started. Oh. So the part two was going to be, actually, I think this will be brief. Maybe this will just be the part two. She was confessing to Calvin, I think. They seem to be interested in each other or something. She was confessing that never mind our communication and whatever he says about me or what he's choosing. Anyway, it seems she was confessing her part in witchcraft, that she, because I know her as an only child, that she was eating up her siblings. So that's why she's an only child. I don't really dabble in witchcraft. I opted out at a very young age when it was offered. Like I said in part one, the lineage I come from is quite mixed. On my maternal side, it's Nigerian and Zimbabwean. On my paternal side, and Portuguese. On, her baby daddy, my granddad, he's resting in peace. And on my paternal side, part South African and Zimbabwean. So like the stuff that I faced, it's quite a mixed bag. God totally had to empower me once I chose to be on his side, because when I was still contemplating being on Lucifer's side, it was gonna be a total disaster, because teaming up with creation is not always a wise choice. So now I'm hearing that this creation, Lucy Chirengwa, who decided to force her friendship on me, was a total tracking situation from her childhood. She was already in witchcraft, deeply rooted in witchcraft. My birth was a miracle, a generational breakthrough from the curse that had been brought about from the pact to break a cycle of pain, but it went the other way. And then once it went the other way, at some point, thank goodness, my grandmother decided to follow the Lord. So by the time her daughter was married by a Christian man and they prayed, I was born. So I'll keep that short. I guess it was a sensitive time too, because Lucy was born in the same year, and she's confessing, according to her records, that she started the witchcraft path really, really young. And so she knew about me at a young age and started tracking me, but we only met as adults in the United Kingdom. And then she decided that she was going to be replacing me in every way at some point. And so lately she's been trying to keep Calvin's attention so that she gets married to him. And then at some point she found out that I was traditionally married to somebody who's got some political affiliation. Our relationship fell through, of course. Apparently the first woman who tried to get into the relationship is now okaying them and teaming up with her. Apparently they're hailing her to become somewhat of their boss in their gang of women who have sexual health diseases and are attacking predominantly Zimbabwean men's destinies. So their side is more, not as political, but more about property. Because she and Helen are looking for ways of owning property. These people work and have financial affiliations. At some point, you would have come across a link for help to buy and learn how to save money and do just a little bit less shopping at TK Maxx or Next, so that you can save some money and invest in your own property instead of doing witchcraft and trying to take other people's husbands and cooperating with criminals who are stealing from other people's properties and businesses and threatening people's lives. Did you know that if you pass on a sexual health disease and do not disclose, or if you decide to disclose while you're dipping in each other, it's still a criminal offense, because they will advise you, once you know what you have, to withhold for a period while you're getting checked out and treated. In the United Kingdom, they will treat you for free. You just have to be patient to deal with your body. So you're not on fire. If you are, you can buy tools online. If you go on some websites, you might get a discount or even get them for free. If you're struggling, get a spoon and chop yourself. Take a cold shower, come on. Or if someone discloses to me they've been with you, I can totally hand you over. I'm good like that. I have been an advocate for a while. So if you have been abused in this way, wherever you're from, in reference to these people, I can totally help you to approach the authorities and gain some closure, comfort from knowing that your abuser can be held accountable. Okay? Email carushwantida@gmail.com. It is on the YouTube profile if you need some assistance. Okay? People from the Zimbabwean community, do not suffer in silence. I know there's a few more of them, but some of them I have to deal with them in a different way. I have dealt with them in a different way, but I do know that they're in touch and they are after your destinies. I think I will just keep it short to that. Oh, hey guys. So do like, share, and subscribe this video. I don't think I should share any more about how they have been perpetrating. It's just what I heard from the hacker next door who decides to expose their conversations. You work with a radicalist, the radicalist gives you up. And so all I can do is share your confessions and admissions. You're boldly proclaiming them to the world. And I think to some extent you probably know. And that's why you're trying to become famous through Zubir. So here's my video showing that these people have made me a victim and are now working with a radicalist. We'll see how this turns out. If you would like to ring the police, feel free. If you know where they are, feel free to totally give them up, because why are you suffering? She's trying her kingpin. This girl totally tried to ruin somebody else's destiny and journey into marriage. When I met her during that time, there had been a prophetic declaration that she could potentially be married. So cocky and pompous. She decided to tell me that, oh, you're totally going to be my bridemaid. I mean, I had no problems with that. But then the whole looking down on me like it would never happen for me. And yet, I too am a woman of God, and I found out that she had been tracking me and trying to take my destiny, trying to stop my journey to marriage, which is why I mentioned at the beginning that totally introduced my guy to another girl who was already dating someone. You know, obviously, these guys know how to trap each other. You just look at the greed, the level of how you can use somebody else and how their willingness So that couple was willing to totally take advantage of Calvin and still pull the wool over his eyes. Yeah, I was gutted. There's nothing I can do about it. I did move on. The grace of God to move on. We're in touch now. I don't know. I don't know. It's quite interesting hearing these confessions. But like, share, subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Let's see how this turns out. Okay. No need for questions, pointers, advice, and that.